Hello, everybody. It's Brenda Miller. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Basking Ridge, New Jersey, and I go live every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time to share with you some of the things that are going on and things that I'm working on things that are on my desk, etc. So today I'm here with another template. For those of you who have been following along, I've been working through all the templates that are on page 22 of the Stampin' Up! Annual Catalog for 2024 to 2025. And we are up to template number 17, believe it or not. If you want to see any of the others, you can go to my YouTube channel under my quick classes and at Brenda Miller SU on YouTube, and you can see them all there, or on my Facebook page as you page backwards. But anyway, we're on number 17, and I'm going to show that to you and get started. So let's pop over to my desktop. Here we go. Computer's a little bit sluggish today, so I apologize. Okay, this is template number 17, and I have to say, such a simple template, but there's a lot that you can do with it, and I'm just going to share with you one or two different ways that you can use it. So I'm going to start with a very simple, straightforward card here, and I have a little something that I wanted to share with you. So as I normally do, whoops, and of course things are dropping already. Oh my gosh. As I normally do for cards that I'm doing on this class, I like to use the paper that is, the scenic papers, because I tend to not use them so much in class. There are 4 sheets of each. There's 6x6 sheets in the DSP, and this is one of the designs with this little pumpkin patch. This collection, let me pop over and show you what it's called. This one, dun, dun, dun. Okay, I think it's actually in the, is it in the annual catalog? No, it's in here. So this is our mini catalog. And I'm just going to find this for you. Got to get my glasses on is the problemo. I'm never good. And it is Splendid Autumn. It's on page 37. So, oh, look at that. I was literally one page off this whole time. Okay, so this is the Designer Series paper. And you can see that there are great designs for fall now that we are in fall. So I just went ahead and I took the one that has the pumpkins right here, because one of the very popular things that has been shown is how to make this little pumpkin here. So you can see, whoops, my little stem there came up. I'm going to just make this card for you quickly, but you can see that we used the 3 strips in the background, and we used a focal point to cover up the center. Now, these strips are each 1 inch by 4.5, okay? And then this center rectangle, if you use the whole full size like this, I think it was about 2, and actually I have one here. Let me just double check the measurements. It's 3.25 by 2.5. So 2.5 by 3.25. But you can futz with that a little bit, and that's what I did here. I just took a die cut square, and I turned it and made it a diamond. Hey Betsy, nice to see you. And then I stamped this Happy Halloween, so that's something I wanted to share with you. This is a stamp set from a couple of years ago from a paper pumpkin kit. And this kit had some Halloween treats in it, and I saved it. I saved the stamp set. Every paper pumpkin kit comes with a stamp set as well as an ink spot, occasionally 2. And I don't save them all, but I do save a lot of them. And the reason is because sometimes I can't find a perfect little Happy Halloween like this. And that's just one example. And that, we tend to have a lot of great different sentiments that come in the paper pumpkin kit. And if you're interested in paper pumpkin at all, and have never subscribed, you can subscribe this month and get 40% off your very first kit. So let's see, I think I'm not, you'd have to check online to see. That's only for a subscription if you sign up for a month to month. You can also purchase like a 1 month subscription, a 3 month, a 6 month, or a 12 month, and the sale does not apply to those, but it's also always a great deal to do that. But if you wanted to sign up, you could get 40% off. And if you have questions on that, just let me know, or you could head over to my website and the details are there too. So anyway, I just wanted to share that I do save my stamp set because sometimes that's the only way I can get some of these because I can't own everything in the catalog, right? So that's where I got the Happy Halloween from. This is a stylish shapes die square cut. And then I just want to show you how to make this little pumpkin. So you can see I have all my little pieces here. Here are my 3 strips. Let's go ahead and put them on really quickly. Again, you can get 2 of these cards out of 1 sheet of the designer series paper. Boy, that was great, huh? So let's see. I may not have these in the right order. When you cut them, you do want to try to keep them in the same order, but you can see here, if it's not perfect, it's close, and we're going to be covering up a lot of it. But anyway, here are our strips, and we've got our little pumpkin patch, and look at that, I did have them in the right order. You notice that I put the 2 on the sides on first, and then I put the 1 in the middle, so that way I have the equal distance between the 2. It just helps me align them. But here we go. We're going to take some, this is pumpkin pie, and check out this. This is the bumblebee stamp punch, okay? The bumblebee punch, and we're going to take this and we are going to punch out 3 of the, actually what I'm going for is the bumblebee body, which is at the bottom. I could have used a thinner piece of this cardstock. That would have worked out. And I'm going to take my 3 bumblebee bodies. We could save those little hearts, and I can put them on the card too if I wanted to, maybe put some on the inside. They're cute. We're going to take a pair of scissors and just take off the little stinger. I mean, why do we need a stinger, really? It's the only bad part about a bumblebee, right? Or bumblebees don't even have stingers, right? Anyway, of the bee. I'm not a big bee person, but when I saw this, I said, okay, now we're going to break that out. And in order to assemble your, let's see, do I have the square here? It's over on the other desk. Let me just get that. Our squares. So here's our previously cut square. We're going to put it on a diagonal. So I'm going to stamp with my Mossy Meadow ink pad, which I just purchased a new one. It was time. Tap, tap, tap. And I'm just going to stamp it so that it fits on the diagonal. I'm going to add this to the card with a dimensional. Oh, I used up all my dimensionals last night. I forgot about that. I'll grab that too. Oh, there's something over here. Okay, we've got lots and lots of dimensionals always. I'm going to go ahead and put this onto my card really fast because I want to get to the other card. Because this is the simple one with a fun little trick. And I'm going to put it up towards the top, but you could put it more towards the center. Again, the idea is having the strips as the background and then a focal point up front. So this is our focal point, and now we're just going to take the pumpkin pieces, and you can really do this with any ovals, okay? We just don't really have ovals right now in our collections for whatever reason. We used to have layering ovals, etc. But we're going to put 3 of these on, and you'll see that when you're done, it looks like a pumpkin. Now, I could have shaded the little edges just to give it a little bit more definition, but for simplicity's sake, I decided not to, and I'm just taking this is pecan pie. I'm just going to go ahead and add this underneath. I'm going to do that with a little glue dot, actually. Again, my glue dots are also used with or from Paper Pumpkin. They just are easier to keep on my desk here. I'm going to slide this underneath so that you can see I've got my little glue dot there. It's just how it came off. Anyway, I'm just giving you the idea of how to make a pumpkin really quick and easy with your bumblebee punch. Adorable, right? So anyway, so that's a little Halloween card because it is fall, but let's get on to something else. Now, as I described in my blog post, last couple of weeks ago, I had my Stamp-A-Stack with my customers, and it's an in-person class, and this is one of the cards I made. I do not have the Lily Pond Lane suite. It's right here. Got that open. Let's see. Let's get that here, and you can see that the suite comes with the adorable ducks and the stamps that go with it and the dies. Now, I was always intrigued by the dies, but I was really wondering would I really use them. So I was able to borrow this from a friend. Thank you, Sharon, for letting me borrow it. And then there's some coordinating designer series paper, which I do have a lot of because I figured I could use the paper. So we made this card in class, and because the class is a lot of people and there are a lot of die cut pieces here, I went ahead and I die cut out all these little pieces. So all everybody had to do was come in, cut this out, ink it up, etc., and then just glue everything on. So when I did that, I had a little bit left over because, of course, I All right, I know that you lost me because I had a phone call and I'm trying to fix this. Let's see if I can do it. If not, I'm going to get out and come back in. So give me 1 minute, everybody. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry about that. Let's see if I can get back in. Should be able to. Let's see. Well, okay, so let me go to my settings, get my camera going properly. Cancel out. Okay, I'm going to enter the studio. All right, so turn this back on. There we go. Go away there. Okay. Anyway, we made this card in class. Hopefully nobody's going to call me again. We'll see what happens here. Let's see if that is going to work. Okay. So we made this card. I had leftover pieces. So I said, let's go ahead and use this for class. So I took my old olive cardstock and I took some of the DSP that is part of the Lily Pond Lane DSP. And I'm going to use this as my strips. So again, 1 by 4.5. Put one on one side I'm going to put the other on the other side. And we'll put one in the center. That doesn't look like I did such a good job on that. I'm going to have to scooch it around a little bit, but you can get the idea. So here we go. Okay, so this is my background, and I decided to use the piece of embossed paper. Now, I just took some Balmy Blue, and I used this birchwood embossing folder. It's very large. As you can see, this is a big one of the big embossing folders. And I thought when you turn it sideways that it really does look like moving water, doesn't it? So I felt like it did. So that's what I went with. And I'm going to put this on with some dimensionals and continue on. So this is the size that I included on my template here. We'll go ahead and put that down. Okay, so you can see this is how it looks. But now I'm going to decorate this a little bit. And I'm just going to grab my glue right here. And I'm going to adhere my little ducks that I pre-cut. Remember I said I had my pre-cut ducks. So I've got my little ducks, and they each have a wing. So I want to put my wing on my duck. So I'm just going to put just a dab of my glue. Doesn't take much, just a dab will do ya, right? Anybody know what that's from? It's an old saying. Just a dab will do ya. Some men's hair thing. Anyway, that's my little dab. And I wanted to share with you, really shouldn't do this, but check this out. This is like a dauber slash brush. It's not really a brush, it is a dauber, but it comes on this stick, and I got this at the Stamp and Scrapbook Expo in Edison a few weeks ago, and I have no idea what they're called. They have no labels on them. The packaging has no labels, and I can't figure out even the store that I purchased them from. But if anybody knows where to get these, please advise. But I just tapping it on to my ink pad, and this is my pumpkin pie ink pad, and I'm just gonna dab right onto the little beak. Look at that. So it's very much like a dauber, but I feel like I have a little bit more control for whatever reason. I dab it on there, and I just thought that made the perfect little beak for my little duck. You know, it's all the important things in life, right? So anyway, so now I've got my duck, and I'm going to go ahead and add the ducks to my card. I'm going to use some wet adhesive again. Sometimes I just like to put it on to the paper where I'm going to be putting it, so that way I'm not it's less likely for me to smear it and get it all over my fingers. And you really don't need a lot, because once you let it dry, it's not going anywhere. And then I did the same thing with my little lily pad and little water lily, right? I just thought these were so cute, and I just couldn't resist them. So I'm going to put a dab of glue right here. I will put my little lily pad there. And again, I just had these pre-cut from when I did my class, and these were just a few leftovers. I just had a couple, but I said, oh, let me use them because they're so cute. And this little template I thought was screaming for them. So anyway, just holding that down so it doesn't move. Stick, 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 stick. Okay, there we go. And finally, I wanted a little sentiment on here, so I took, this is from the Unbounded Love. Let's see. The Unbounded Love DSP. I'm sorry, not DSP. This is a stamp set, and it's actually a bundle, and inside the bundle we have all of our dies, and one of the dies is a little circle. That is what this is. Actually, I pointed to the wrong one, but you get the idea. And I just took out the hello, and I'm going to ink up the hello with my Old Olive ink pad. Boom, boom, boom. And my hello Cute, cute, cute. And I'm just going to add it to my card with a dimensional. I'll show you where I'm going to put that. I'm just going to put this right at the very bottom. Now, here we go. Now, I just happened to notice in my haste, I forgot a step, but I think this looks cute too. So here we have our completed card. When I made my sample, I actually put it onto some, I added the, this is Petal Pink, and this is Old Olive. I don't know if I said that. So the base was Old Olive. Then we have the Petal Pink layer, and then I had put on my strips of DSP. But here you see I did it without the Petal Pink and it came out just fine. But you can see how these cards were derived from this sample that I had done for a class, and then I used this template and came back in and regenerated the same little scene, and here we go. So that is, I believe, everything I wanted to touch upon today. And I'm sorry about the little technical difficulties in the middle. Not sure what I'm supposed to do about that when a phone call comes in and I use my camera from my phone, but that is just the way it is. Hopefully you watch till the end. I'm going to see if I can edit this, but regardless, thank you for joining me today. And if you have any questions, feel free to head over to my blog. All the measurements and descriptions are on the blog, on the YouTube channel post, as well as my Facebook post. So anyway, we'll see you the next time. Thank you so much. Bye now.